What up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It is the month of June, and by the time you see this, it will be the end of June. So I thought I would give you a walkthrough and show you what's going on in the garden. It's exciting times here and at the Small Space Garden, and I want to share it with you. Take a look at this. We have cucumbers growing, and this is my raised bed that has cucumbers and okra in it. And the cucumbers have grown so much that unless you know where you planted the okra, you really can't tell where the okra is. Now, the okra doesn't have any pods or blooms on it yet, but it still looks healthy and it's growing. It's not being shaded out or crowded out. It's not dying, most importantly. So everything here looks well. A cucumber looks real cute. Probably in about another 2 weeks or so, we will have fruit to harvest. Here at my bed with my peas in it, we have my Italian flat green beans here, and they're continuing to bloom. I've harvested them once. And we have our purple whole peas. And as you can see, they're vining everywhere. And over here, we actually have little pods that are showing up. They're doing well. So I can't believe how, compared to when I first got to the homestead, all the hard work that I put in, and I thought I wasn't going to have a garden, but now everything looks well. Oh my God. Look at this patty pan squash. It is huge. About a week ago, it wasn't this big. And I got another one over here. It's green and yellow. It's actually bigger than the other one you just saw. I'm not sure when to harvest this. I'm trying to wait until it actually turns completely yellow. But I'm probably going to have to do a harvest soon because I don't want these to rot on the vine. They look good. Look at the plants. I recently went through and pruned them so that airflow was better. And as you can see, we have fruit here. We have small ones that are blooming. And 3 of the plants got so big that the 4th plant, this one here, is the run of the bunch. It's not dead, but it's not doing as good as its sister plants. Over here on this plant, we have another big squash here. So as I said, more than likely, sometime soon, we're going to have a massive harvest. And obviously, I'm going to be making a video on that. And here we're at the collards. They're doing well. I sprayed them during the heat of the day, which is a no-no, which is why they look white. But hopefully they will recover and we'll do a harvest of them as well. The bed is completely full. As you can see, everything looks well. And here we're at my wife's flower bed. And as you can see, lots of marigolds. They're beautiful in color. We have lime, yellow, and orange. And we have snapdragons that have come up. We have zinnias that have come up, cosmos. So everything's looking well here. In the long bed here, we have tomatoes. We have kale, and we have romaine lettuce, basil, and cherry tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes I've tied up 4 times, and we'll probably have to tie them up again. Um, they are starting to become loaded with tomatoes. In previous video, I took off 5 from the 2 plants that are here, but they're becoming more loaded with tomatoes. So at some point, we'll have a nice harvest. My lettuce here, due to the heat here in North Florida, it's starting to bolt. So I'm going to harvest it and take what I can. And the same thing with the kale. I'm going to harvest some the best of that as well. And I'm going to cut the romaine lettuce down to the soil level. And then I'm going to probably plant some more green beans, probably a double row of the green beans in this bed. The basil is starting to uh, it's starting to flower and go into seed as well. So I'm probably going to cut the top off of these and dehydrate the leaves so that I have basil around. Hey, this is my black eyed pea slash squash green stalk planter, and as you can see, the peas are growing crazy and they're starting to vine. The squash is doing good too. I am surprised that it's growing as well as it is out of the bottom down here of the green stalk. I do have to water often because it does dry out, but that's not an issue. They're doing well, and I remember to put them on the same feeding schedule that I have my other plants, and they're doing well. In this bed here, we have some Ace 55 tomatoes. This is what you're looking at. I have flowers on them, so hopefully I will get a harvest. I have some green beans here, bush beans. These are the contender bush beans, and they're doing well. Have flowers, and eventually I'm probably going to have pods. I want to say there's like 4 or 5 plants in this bed along with the tomatoes. In this bed we have some Bonnie's green peppers that I bought and I put here. They're tall. They're starting to show flowers and starting to fruit. Here in this bed, I've noticed that they have black aphids, and I didn't realize that they were aphids until recently. Down in South Florida with my other garden, I had white aphids. So I'll be coming out and spraying the leaves to get rid of these little pests as well. Here we have another Ace 55. It was one that I didn't want to throw away or for it to go to waste, so I planted it later, so that's why it's smaller than the rest of them. These are some Hosinator bell peppers that I planted. They're coming along slowly, but they're coming along. We have a couple onions in the bed to deal with pests, and I really haven't had any issues with pests other than a few issues with the black aphids that you see here, and something was eating my collards and kale earlier, but that's not a problem now. Okay, here we're at my containers, and we're going to start with this one. This is my container that has peanuts in it, and they have started to sprout. They're doing well. I water them just like I do the rest of them. Rest of the plants, they're doing good. The container next to it has 2 Georgia Jet slips. It had more than that, but of the 8 that I planted, 6 of them died. 2 of them seem to be doing okay. Um, I have some slips that are growing in the grow tent. I'll show you those shortly. And I'm not sure if I'm going to plant them this year or not, but they seem to be doing well. This is a Ace 55, another plant that I didn't want to go to waste, so I planted it by itself in this container and put a tomato cage around it. It's doing good. This is a acorn, I'm sorry, a crookneck squash plant that was a spare. Same reason as the Ace 55 over there. I didn't want it to go to waste, so I planted it by itself. It's doing well. In previous videos, you have seen really small pepper plants, hot pepper plants that I planted when I started container row. And as you can see, they're slowly but surely getting bigger. I'm not sure if I'm going to come and top them off so that they get bushier or not. I probably will. Like that one over there, it needs it's tall and not very wide. We have 2 more Ace 55 plants here that I put cages around. They have taken off and are doing real big, real good rather, and getting big. Here is the surprise of the biggest surprise of all. My corn, first time ever growing corn in a container, and they have really taken off. They've gotten big. They're about, I would say about 3 feet tall now. So I will feed them the same way that I do my other plants every 2 weeks, and they get watered on the same system, and they're doing well. I expect them to continue getting tall, and probably in a couple of weeks or so, maybe we will start seeing some tassels, and who knows, maybe this year we will get corn after all. On the other side of it is another squash, crookneck zucchini. I'm sorry, crookneck squash plant over there. I didn't want it to go to waste either, so I planted it in a separate bucket. Next to it is another one. Here we have a zucchini, and it's doing pretty good, no complaints. Here we have our potato bag, and if you haven't seen the previous video, I ordered potatoes about maybe 3 months, 4 months before I moved from Southwest Florida. They were delivered to my home that my daughter is living in, and she brought them up. So I wasn't sure if I should plant them, but I went ahead and planted them. Make a long story short, these are them, and they're doing good. Here is a zucchini, and we have 2 zucchinis here. We have a small one, and we have a real big one here. So just like with the patty pan squash, I'll be coming out and doing a harvest of these, and we'll do everything in one video, so you'll get to see it all. This is my eggplant, Black Beauty. The flowers have opened up, and it's growing. I had real problems down south trying to grow eggplant. So far, so good here. This is, I believe, another zucchini. It's doing well. Have male flowers, no female flowers yet. Squash here. We have 4, 5 squash that need to be harvested, and we will be doing that in the harvesting video I spoke of. Here and last but not least, we have 1 more eggplant, and as you can see, the flowers are open and seem to be doing well. So here in the greenhouse, we have a golden amaranth. We have a pineapple top that my daughter bought and I kept. I'm trying to grow it. Hopefully it will. We have the organic sweet potato slips that I spoke of. They're coming along. We have the papaya that I started on May 15th, and we have 2 pepper plants there. We also have some more pepper plants here. At some point, I'm going to have to up pot them or put them out on outside in the garden. As every day or every other day, I come and water them. I don't want their growth to be stunted, but I don't want them to die either. So you guys leave me a comment in the comments portion. What should I do with these? Should I put them on, go ahead and put them in separate containers and put them out and let them become part of the garden and the food forest? Or should I just continue to leave them in here and just water them to keep them alive? So everyone, I want to thank you for coming along with me while we did this update and June garden walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and got something out of how the growth of the garden has come along. If you've been following me, you know that when the garden started, there was absolutely nothing here but my old garden from many years ago, 2003 to be exact, and had to do a lot of cleaning up and leveling off of the ground to make sure that I could grow here. And as you saw, it has really taken off. So if you enjoyed enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, take a moment to consider subscribing. I can grow a great amount of food for myself and my family, but I cannot grow the channel without your help. If you do decide to subscribe, don't forget to hit the like button and the notification bell all so you'll be notified whenever I upload new content. If you're a returning subscriber or visitor, I thank you very much. You guys make the channel what it is and continue to impress me and move the channel forward. For that, I am grateful. Until next time, always remember, even in small spaces such as mine, you can grow a great amount of food for yourself and your family. Stay blessed, stay strong, and grow, grow, grow. Lastly, and most importantly, always give the thanks to God. For without Him, we are nothing. Until next time, take care.